Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Do you like toys? Toys for big boys? So do I. And here's a watch that offers exactly that while paying tribute to even grander machines. This is the Vacheron Constantin Historiques American 1921, a model line revived in 2008 and in 2016 for the 10th anniversary of Monticello Motor Club, issued in an exquisite series of 15 pieces, one of which can be seen on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. Now the watch is 8.1 millimeters thick, 40 millimeters in diameter, and only 46 millimeters lug to lug. You're going to be able to wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, maybe even 13.5. The spacing between the lugs is a broad 22 millimeters, so though vintage inspired, the watch has a modern planted stance on the wrist, all of rich red gold. It's not rose, it's not pink. This is 5N, the real deal, as red as they get. The strap with an anthracite color and a red contrasting stitch that match the club colors of New York's Monticello Motor Club, a motorsports park and country society. The timepiece striking of dial and of strap with double gaiter, top and bottom, large rectangular scale on the top, small circular scale on the bottom for long-lasting durability. Red gold Maltese cross style pin buckle to match the case. Monticello Motor Club launched in 2006 and opened essentially as a playground and motorsports mecca for those who have a need for speed on road and off. They have a 3.6 mile full road course, 4.1 miles of tarmac track total, and over 300 acres for taking your four-wheeler or ATV off-road. Now, initiation fees range from $60,000 to $95,000, so frankly, I'm not a player for that, and if that's a little too rich for your blood, you can own this watch and have a piece of the gate, be a member of the club, and avoid the annual dues. I'm all for racetracks, and I dig that Canadian racer Kuno Wittmer holds the record in a Viper, my favorite sports car, but all the same, I'm a watch guy. Give me watches and then wheels in that order. The dial is sensational, and it's appropriate because the 1919 and 1921 watches on which this model is based were considered to be early driver's watches. When you orient your wrist either side on the wheel, you can read this watch easily at a glance, and that is a wonderful theme for a driver's club watch. Matte gray, anthracite dial, gilt-style, florid, pre-Art Deco, late Art Nouveau Arabic numerals, contrasting nicely, not popping like polish would, but lightly contrasting, tone and texture on tone. The tone-on-tone effect is graceful and gives the watch a little bit of a simulated aged or weathered appearance, as though it's faded a little bit with time. The dial featuring high polish hands, and you can see they are florid in their finish, with a Maltese cross motif at 12 o'clock, railroad minutes outboard in a lightly contrasted white on gray, and you can see a splash of Monticello Motor Club red in the sunken sub-seconds register. The case with a little bit of yin and yang, the hard masculine creases of the case and the four peaks of its corners contrasting with its sensuous compound curves of mid-case and bezel. And as you can see, the bezel and the mid-case effectively one part. Most of the action in terms of the case back loading all goes on the backside, so the watch seems almost entirely unbroken on the front because the bezel and the case band are of one piece. The lugs have a welded style look, so you see this harks back to the era of wristwatches made of case, lug, and then united from separate components with welding or soldering to join the lugs to the case. You can see a dome style high polish Maltese cross, winding crown, and underneath the case back, we talked about the case back a moment ago, we're going back down, and you can see it is a manufacturer caliber 4400/1, part of a line launched with the 1921 series in 2008. It is a broad movement, properly sized for the caseback, and thin, only 2.8 millimeters thick, allowing this watch to be only 8.1 millimeters thick. Traditional pocket watch style center wheel array. You can see the center wheel, third wheel, fourth wheel, escape wheel, and then a balance beating away at 28.8, 21 jewels adjusted in 5 positions like a chronometer. It features Poincon de Geneve finish, so you can see that mirrored anglage, optically smooth chamfering with the same treatment in all of the jewel and screw countersinks. You can see it glinting and gleaming in the light. You can see the grain of the crown wheel and the Côte de Geneve perfectly aligned across the bridges. Note that it's abrasive wheel, not stamped, as one side of the crest is light, one side is dark. That's the hallmark of the real Côte de Geneve, laid down with an abrasive wheel as stripes. You can see there is a radial graining on the barrel underneath the barrel bridge, and every screw head is black polished with its slot and its circumference chamfered. Manual wind with an impressive 65-hour power reserve. In spite of being an ultra-thin movement, it's also water resistant down to 30 meters, which is to say this is a high-end dry watch. You can wear it trackside, just don't take it swimming. Like I said, no timepiece designed for driving in the 1920s could seem more appropriate for this particular cause and occasion. 10 years of New York's premier motorsports venue, and yes, I'm counting Watkins Glen in there. Monticello, truly the finest European-style track in the Northeast. Our little piece of Le Mans, our little piece of Spa-Francorchamps, and a watch dedicated in its honor. You don't even have to own a car or be a member. You can join the club with the Vacheron Constantin 1921 Monticello Motorsports 15-piece limited edition. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox.